I'm Grace.
Hi, I'm Molly.
Hi, I'm Adrian.
Hello, I'm Connie.
Hi, I'm Toby.
To start off my speech today, I'm going to start with a quote by E.E. Cummings. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. And this is the research that I've gathered for my speech today. And my name is Haley Wamskans, and I'm going to do a speech about the 3 things I know about myself. And those 3 things are that I have a passion for teaching, an undeniable desire to travel, and a free spirit. Children are human beings to whom respect is due, superior to us by reason of their innocence and of the greater possibilities of their future. And that is a quote by Maria Montessori. And I feel like that's a quote that really embodies what teaching really is. Children have such young and impressionable minds, and I feel like it's very important for them to have role models to shape and mold their minds. I believe teaching is a very rewarding profession because children are our future, and we're building who will run our country one day, and I feel like it's very important that we have people who are passionate about teaching doing so. I want to be able to influence and inspire and encourage these students to become good people, and I want them to realize their potential in the world. Growing up, I had a teacher as a mother, and we spent lots of summers in stores buying lots of school supplies, and I always realized that she used her own money to purchase these supplies. And I did some research, and I found that teachers spend $1.5 billion annually of their own money on school supplies. And that's a really big number. And although, we may have an empty wallet, I know at the end of the day, we'll have a full heart because I've had previous experience in a classroom, and it brings me so much joy when I see a student grasp and understand something that they didn't before. And it's just... And a quote that I'm sure a lot of you have heard by Gandhi is, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." And the things that I wish to see is optimism, kindness, curiosity, and accomplishments. I hope to encourage optimism in my students by showing them that there are good people and there are good things in this world. And for kindness, I hope to be kind to them, hoping that they'll pay it forward and be kind to one another. I encourage curiosity in my students. I hope for them to yearn to discover new things and learn new things, building their knowledge and seeing what they can achieve. For accomplishments, I hope that I can encourage my students to make goals for themselves, realize their hopes and dreams and what they really want out of life, and I want to be able to help them guide them on their journey. So with a year of hard work and dedication and so many heartwarming moments, one of the perks of teaching that I'm looking forward to are having holidays and summers off. And with my summers, I plan on to travel, and because that's something I'm very passionate about. I have a soul that desires to see, smell, feel, hear, and taste the world. And I've traveled before, but nothing compares to my spring break trip to Spain. I don't know if it was because I was with people my age, or I was just able to really appreciate it more than anything. I saw things that I'll probably never see again. I tasted things I'll probably never taste again. One thing that really stuck with me is an architect named Antoni Gaudi, and his buildings are pictured on the left of the screen. And I sat there and I looked at these buildings, and I couldn't even fathom the creativity and the imagination that went into designing these buildings. One day of our trip, we also visited a mountain outside of the city of Barcelona. We drove all the way to the top of the mountain, and there was a village. and the people there had homemade goods for us to buy. There was a cathedral hundreds of years old, absolutely breathtaking. And then there was this monument pictured on the right that I had to absolutely climb. And it just had a view that I'll probably never see again. And that's something I really desire to see, are things, the wonders and the beauties in this world. A quote from a friend of mine on the trip is, "Throughout the entire trip, we couldn't stop talking about how much of an unbelievable experience it was. We were in awe the entire time." And that is nothing short of the truth. And with my wishes to see the world, and among other things, I have found myself to be a free spirit. Spontaneity is definitely something I live by. When an opportunity comes by, I just plunge into it, because you never know if the opportunity is going to come again. As I grow older, I don't want to look back on my life and regret things that I didn't do, and I want to make sure that I live an extraordinary, happy life. A saying I like to live by is "Laissez le bon temps rouler," and that means "let the good times roll" in Cajun French. And that's a saying that I learned from my grandmother, and I swear she's a 21-year-old stuck in a 75-year-old woman's body. She is always talking, always trying to make memories with friends and family, and that's just a lifestyle I want to be able to have. I want to always, find things, make memories, because that's all we have in this life. And a very cliche saying is "carpe diem," and it means "seize the day" in Latin, and that is also another saying I really like to live by, because we aren't guaranteed tomorrow, and I always, like I said before, plunge into those opportunities that you may not get tomorrow, and I don't want to have any regrets, and I want to make sure that I live an extraordinary life. And to conclude my speech, I encourage each and every one of you to seek out your hopes and dreams and find out what it is that you want out of life, because I believe I found myself, and I'm happy with who I am and who I'm becoming. Thank you.